ready, sir.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Can we please start with a roll call?
Council President McGurven.
Here.
Councilmember O'Halloran. Councilmember Rivera.
Here.
Councilmember Albertson.
Here.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Here.
Councilmember Perez.
Here.
And Councilmember Prince.
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. One absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President McGurven.
yes, I move we excuse the absent council member.
Second. It's been moved by Council President McGurven and seconded by Councilmember Prince that the council member that's absent be excused. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Well, welcome everyone to our first meeting of 2022. We have lots of special guests, and we're going to start off tonight with a swearing-in ceremony for the council members that are newly elected and the re-elected council member. And I believe first up will be Councilmember James Albertson.
All right. So I will let my father kick it off. I'm down in Missouri City, Texas, where there's no snow there, I don't believe.
I am here. First of all, I appreciate being a part of it. And Council Member Albertson, if you will repeat after me, I state your name, please.
I, James Albertson,
Having been duly elected to the City of Renton Council Position Number 1,
City of Renton Council Position Number 1,
do solemnly swear
that
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of this office as prescribed by law, and to the best of my ability, that I will support and maintain the laws of the City of Renton and the Constitution of the State of Washington and the United States of America. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman Albertson.
Thank you. Well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Senior, for joining us tonight. Okay, second up we have Councilmember Rivera, and we sworn in by Jasmine Masonnet. Am I saying that correctly, I hope?
Close, Masonette.
Masonette, okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'll let you start it off. Thank you. Please repeat after me. Yes. I, Carmen Rivera, having been duly elected to City of Renton, Council Position 2, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of this office as prescribed by law. And to the best of my ability. And that I will support and maintain the laws of Renton City, and that I will support and maintain the laws of the City of Renton. And the Constitution of the State of Washington. And the United States of America, so help me God. Well, thank you, God, for helping me get through this thing, and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you all.
Congratulations. Okay, and last but not least is Councilmember Perez, being sworn in by Washington Supreme Court Justice Mary Yu.
Well, first of all, let me just take a moment and to thank you for the privilege of being here tonight. I look at this screen and I have to admit it feels like I'm with family because I go way back with some of you. So it's very nice to see everyone. So, Councilmember Perez, what an honor to administer this oath. I hope you know that each of us in the Latino community are so very proud of you and all that you have accomplished for the people of Renton. You are a leader not only in Renton, but in our region and in our state. And so I have to say on behalf of everyone, we thank you for responding to the call to be a public servant. And so I'll now ask you to please raise your right hand as I administer this oath. I, and then state your full legal name,
I, Ruth del Carmen Pérez Madrigal,
having been duly elected
having been duly elected
to the City of Renton Council Position Number 6,
to the City of Renton Council Position Number 6,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of this office
discharge the duties of this office
as prescribed by law
as prescribed by law
and to the best of my ability,
and to the best of my ability.
and that I will support and maintain
And I will support and maintain
the laws of the City of Renton
the laws of the City of Renton
and the Constitution of the State of Washington
and the Constitution of the State of Washington
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations to all three of you and welcome you to this year's council. Okay, and next up we have two more special guests. We've got both of our municipal court judges joining us tonight. I think this is the first time since I've been elected here. And first up we have municipal court judge position number 1, Jessica Janier. Hello, Jessica.
Thank you, Mayor Pavoni, and what an honor it is to be here with all of you this evening. Good evening, I am Judge Jessica Janier. It is an honor to be here and to congratulate the newly sworn city council members and just to enjoy this celebration of commitment to public service. What an exceptional evening this is. We in Renton Municipal Court look forward to the opportunity to invite all of our city council members for a tour of the court, as well as to have the chance to share with you all of the programs that we have been very hard at work creating to provide innovative justice and to serve our community. We look forward to welcoming you to court very soon, and thank you for the honor of being here with you this evening.
All right, thank you very much. And next up is Kara Murphy Richards, municipal court judge position number 2.
I want to echo Judge Janier's comments welcoming all of you. She and I had to hold each other down tonight not to launch into a large presentation about the amazing things we have happening. So when we say, please come tour with us, please come meet with us, that is a very genuine, very sincere invitation. There's a lot of exciting things going on in our court, and we are very, very proud. I know Justice Yu from Notre Dame Law School, and we have both clearly achieved very, very successful positions because Renton was my dream court. And I know Judge Janier's dream court was Renton as well. And so we are very lucky to have landed amongst leaders who really understand what justice means and what it means to serve those in this position. So again, welcome all of you, and please come visit us.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate you joining us tonight. And thank you to all the guests at tonight's meeting. We appreciate you attending and helping us swear in the new council members. Okay, and now to follow this up, we have our administrative report.
Oh, man. Set me up, sir. Good evening, everyone. All right. Start with Renton History Museum is hosting 2 new exhibits through February 11th, 2022. The annual art show of the Brain Injury Alliance of Washington is the main gallery, featuring 23 pieces by 22 artists. These works demonstrate the healing power of creativity. Also in the main gallery is Life on the Rivers, an exhibit that explores the central role of the Black and the Cedar Rivers in the lives of Renton's earliest residents, the Duwamish people, and the white settlers who came after. Renton History Museum is located at 235 Mill Avenue South. The hours are Wednesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Information about preventative street maintenance, traffic impact projects, and road closures happening this week can be found at rentonlaw.gov/traffic. All projects are weather permitting, and unless otherwise noted, streets will always remain open.
Okay, thank you. And we do have a couple of people signed up tonight for audience comment. It remains a strong intent of the city to have public comment regularly included on our agendas. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes to speak. You'll be called upon by a city staff member. The staff member will call the speaker's name and unmute the appropriate microphone, which will send an automatic prompt to the speaker of, "You've been unmuted." This is the speaker's cue that it's their turn to speak. Please begin your comments by stating your name, city of residence, and the topic you are addressing. Speaker should be able to see a timer on the screen. Please finish up your comments when you see the time is close to expiry. And who do we have up first?
Mr. Mayor, the first person we have is Diane Dobson. Diane, go ahead.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Greetings, Mr. Mayor, City of Renton Administration, and City of Renton Council, including the newly sworn-in council members. Thank you again for your service. Prior to the close of 2021, I approached the Renton City Council on behalf of the Renton Chamber of Commerce about an item in the civic plan design approach. I was joined that night by a handful of people, including longtime residents of Renton, employees of downtown businesses, owners of downtown businesses, event planners, and executive board members of both the Renton Chamber and the Renton Downtown Partnership. Each of us came forward with a number of concerns about the City Council moving that project forward, and yet you voted to do so. In absence, Councilmember Van, thank you for your support. While the Pavilion and Logan Street project sure seems like a beautiful project, the optics of the lack of support for the current businesses who have sustained and barely survived through the pandemic and construction is poor. I'm concerned with what I heard from the report that week that a staff member has been dedicated and working to research and acquire grant funding for that project. Yet there was a construction grant that was available to the downtown core businesses, and I have more than a handful of businesses who never heard that grant was available. The allocations of resources to something new, shiny, and bright, or as the administrator said that week, a developer who, when he comes to the table, comes with a checkbook, can be construed by some as gentrification. The overlook of quick wins that would allow current business support seems not just insensitive, but frankly a kick when someone is down. I again encourage each of the council members to review the Civic Core Plan that was adopted in January 2018. Look at the quick wins and short, medium-term goals that have not yet been tackled as they relate to the support of our current businesses. Activating alleys, providing pedestrian coverage, creating a trial pop-up plaza, wayfinding signs to help vehicular and pedestrian travelers, not a touchscreen monitor in the park that people have to get out of their cars to utilize. Our businesses were impacted in the inability to expand into the streets and safely and per mandate increase their capacity to a sustainable level. We have businesses that still have not opened, and that activation of the alleys and outdoor spaces in absence of the ability to push out front parklets because of the construction could have been critical in that approach. I mentioned previously the construction grant that was made available to downtown businesses. It's no secret there were a series of unfortunate events that caused a delay in the construction project. I hesitate to say a massive delay, as I've been advised by some within the city. This delay isn't massive in the world of construction delays, but to those businesses who were forced to close their doors, forced to remove patrons from their establishment, forced to pivot and find new ways to survive and during a pandemic, every single day and every delay was magnificent. We watched as business owners let staff go and staff their locations with their family and friends and not take a paycheck. Business owners who used their savings to supplement their income. Business owners who sold their houses or gave up their down payments or funds for their new homes in order to carry their payroll. The quality of life and backbreaking work for these small businesses who choose to call Renton home has been exhausting and defeating much of the time. While we encourage them to focus on their successes, it's hard to realize the same when all they want to do is give up and throw in the towel. And we are continuing to hear from these Renton businesses that that's not off the table. They're considering giving up, of closing their doors forever, of relocating to a city that they feel is more business friendly. And from a chamber perspective, it's getting hard to be that love and light voice of encouragement when we see on the flip areas for improvement. We are the boots on the ground, the individuals who are not only uplifting these businesses, but who are spending day in and day out in supporting these businesses, listening to these businesses, and acting as advocates and voices because they are too tired to do so. I'm here tonight to ask the City Council to look into the Civic Core Design Plan and the prioritization of the pavilion approach as we ask before you pass the same. I'm here tonight to ask the City Council to look into the accessibility of funds for those businesses in the downtown core as they were promised early on with a construction grant. At the last meeting, despite so many faces that were represented through the sentiments expressed, including those of the Renton Downtown Partnership and the Renton Chamber of Commerce, it was suggested we would like to hear from the voice of the businesses. For those council members who would like to hear from the businesses, I encourage you to get out there and ask them. And that's more than just your favorite watering hole. Get out there and put some FaceTime in so you can hear directly from those businesses. Because we've heard at previous meetings the council's been absent from downtown. And while we all know that not completely accurate, some of you have been out there periodically to shop or support, the fact is our business community should not question it. They should be able to shout out, our council has been front and center through this whole pandemic and through the construction and being our biggest champions and cheerleaders. We are going to make it. Instead, the sentiment received is the city just doesn't care. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. I would like to remind the council, you did approve $600,000 worth of grant money for the downtown's construction project for the businesses that were impacted. So far, 200,000 of that has been allocated. And there is plans to go out for a second round of funding for those businesses that missed the deadline. So who do we have next?
The next person signed up is Katie Newman. However, I don't see Katie in attendance. So I am moving to the next person, who is Jay. Jay, go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
All right, I'm a concerned citizen of the city of Renton, and I wanted to thank the mayor and the city council for this opportunity to speak. I'm also a new homeowner, and I've lived in the city for 10 years. In those last 10 years, I've witnessed the ebb and flow of drugs and crime, in particularly the downtown area, in between the 7-Eleven at Rainier Avenue, at 300 Rainier Avenue, and the Safeway at 200 South 3rd Street, the cross streets. What I'm witnessing in the last few weeks has been plainly absurd. I've had to call non-emergency more than a handful of times, witnessing the plain open display of drug use down there at the 7-Eleven and at the Safeway. I've talked to non-emergency on numerous occasions, and the police officers and the sergeants responding are essentially telling me that their hands are tied and they don't have the ability to do much. I'm asking City Council to apply more resources to the downtown area, in particular the 7-Eleven and the Safeway. Not only have I seen the display of drugs on New Year's Eve, or excuse me, on New Year's Day, my vehicle was attacked by a group of drug-fueled individuals. They threw a crutch at the side of my vehicle like a baseball bat, threw rocks at the side of my car, attacked it with a gallon of milk. On December 23rd, my garage was broken into and pried into. On December 24th, I installed security cameras and the thieves returned. I called non-emergency, and the officers that responded essentially told me that the footage that I had and the images that I had, there was no need or no reason to submit them. I'm just seeing a decay of the city of Renton in the last few months, and I'm asking the City Council to address the issues going downtown at 7-Eleven and Safeway, the Walmart, the Fred Meyer, all of downtown, right through our main heart of our city, through Rainier Avenue and 3rd Street. It is just sad to see after 10 years. I'd ask that everybody step up to the plate a little bit more and put a little bit more emphasis on trying to manage the situation downtown. While I understand there's no real solution to the problem, we must step up to the plate and address it for what it is. It is the biggest stain, in my opinion, on the city of Renton downtown, and it's a shame to really see it happening openly displayed, and especially it's right across the street from the COVID testing site that is down there. You have addicts openly using tinfoil, smoking pills, shooting heroin, walking right across the street with shopping carts full of stolen goods from houses like mine. And I just would ask that City Council and our police force would address the issue and put more resources and more effort into that problem in our city. Thank you.
That
Thank
is
you,
all I
Julia.
have, Mr. Mayor.
That's the last?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And I don't see Katie ever joined us, so I'll reach out and maybe ask her to send an email to council.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Next up, we have the consent agenda. There's 11 items for council consideration. Are there any items that council members would like removed?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Councilmember Perez.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, on behalf of Finance Chair, Councilmember Valerio Halloran, I would like to pull the following items from the consent agenda. Item F, G, H, I, and J.
F, G, H, I, and J.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President McGurven.
I move the consent agenda be approved minus items F, G,
H,
was it H?
H, I, and J.
H, I, and J. All right, thank you.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President McGurven that the consent agenda be approved minus items F, G, H, I, and J, seconded by Councilmember Prince. All in favor?
Aye.
Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Councilmember Perez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. These items are hires that have no fiscal impact, and as they are filling vacants budget already for FDA positions. So Councilmember O'Halloran and I will agree that these items don't have to go to committee, and I will I will move that the council concur with items F, G, H, A, I, and J.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Perez, seconded by Council President McGurven, that items F, G, H, I, and J, go council concur tonight. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. All right, next up, we have unfinished business. Council President McGurven.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Rivera.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Alverson.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Van.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Perez.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
And that's what happens when you have a couple weeks off. All right. Next, we have legislation. We have one ordinance for second and final reading.
Okay, this ordinance is regarding the Renton Regional Fire Authority Governing Board appointments. So an ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Section 221.4 of the Renton Municipal Code, updating the terms of appointment for the Renton Regional Fire Authority Governing Board, providing for severability, and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President McGurven.
I move that this ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President McGurven, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that this ordinance be adopted as read. This is the second vote, so it requires a roll call.
Okay, Council President McGurven.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran. Oh, sorry. Councilmember Rivera.
Aye.
Councilmember Albertson.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
And Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
Okay, motion carries. We are on to new business. Council President McGurven.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just would like to announce that the Committee of the Whole will be meeting at 6:15 p.m. on Monday, January 10th via video conference. There is just one item on the agenda, which is appointments to regional boards and committees. And then following the Committee of the Whole, we'll convene via video conference at 7 p.m. for our full council meeting. And that is all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Rivera.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Community Services Committee will be meeting tomorrow via video conference at 4:30 p.m. where we will receive an update on the Parks and Trails Division. Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Utilities Committee will be meeting tomorrow, January 4th at 3:30 p.m. Two items via video conference, two items on the agenda, 2022 solid waste utility revenue and fund requirements, and emerging issues in utilities. That's all.
Thank you, Councilmember Van.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have an announcement that tomorrow, January 4th, 2022, our Transportation Committee meeting via video conference has been canceled. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I also want to thank our community members, Jay and the CEO of the Renton Chamber of Commerce for your comment, and that we take note of it. So thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Perez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of Councilmember Valerie O'Halloran, I would like to announce that on Monday, January 10, 2022, at 4 p.m., the Finance Committee will meet via video conference. There are 6 items on the agenda. Best Stars for Kids, Out of School Time 2020 Grant Extension, Stream Team, request to hire lead golf course maintenance worker at Step B, Cascade Park Playground Equipment Replacement, conversion of Transportation Planning Civil Engineer 3 from 0.5 FTE to a 1 FTE, vouchers, and emerging issues in finance. Thanks.
Thank you, and Councilmember Prince.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Planning and Development Committee meeting will be held on Monday, January 10th at 5 p.m. We have via video conference. We have 2 items on the agenda: docket 16 update and emerging issues in CED. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. What is the wish of the council?
Move we adjourn.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Prince, and I believe seconded by Council President McGurven and Councilmember Rivera. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. All right, one down for the books. Thank you all. Happy New Year's, and we are adjourned.
Happy New Year. Have a good